Hey guys, Toby Morrison here, and today I'm going to talk about doing the work. And this is not another boring motivational talk about, you've got to work hard and, achieve your goals and all that kind of jazz, because there's a lot of that out there and it's kind of tiring and exhausting watching it. Instead, today what I'm going to share with you is a really basic principle or tool that has really given me some consciousness lately to help myself and also help others around me. So the concept is this: you have to be the manager of your own kingdom. Okay? Think of you as a queen or a king, depending on your female or male, and you're in charge of a lot of stuff in your kingdom, as a queen or a king. Now that might be your own health, your own physicality, your own emotional well-being, your spirituality, your internal dialogue, your external dialogue, your family, your friends, your work, your passions, your purpose, your hobbies. This is all about your kingdom. And you have to be a good manager of your kingdom, because if you can't manage your kingdom's going to collapse. Okay? And this is what happens with suffering, and when we're struggling with life, is that we're not being good managers of our kingdom. Because if we're good managers of our kingdom, then we would be able to deal with the trials and tribulations that life and the universe throw us. Okay? So with managing your own kingdom comes responsibility, and that comes from self-responsibility. So when you're a victim, and this is usually an unconscious thing, we've all been there, unless you're a Superman or Superwoman, where you go, it's unfair, life is hard, this, I shouldn't have got this, why me? And we blame as well, we point the finger. But remember, whenever we point the finger like that, we're pointing three back at ourselves. Okay, so it's really important to be conscious of that, and take self-responsibility. And then on the other end of that spectrum is the conscious human being who is, saying it's I'm the cause, I'm the effect. It is up to me to change. Even though my circumstances are bad, I can do something about it. Okay? And this is where that person steps in and you become conscious and go, okay, I'm going to manage my kingdom. Now, your kingdom is different for each and every individual. Okay, my kingdom is different to yours, and vice versa. So with your kingdom comes a set of responsibilities. Now, without managing your own kingdom, you're not going to be able to manage anyone else's. Okay, and this is a harsh reality for a lot of people, including myself. Especially being someone who teaches and helps other people. We get really good at telling everyone else what to do and not doing it ourselves, and I'm absolutely guilty of that from time to time. Sometimes a lot of the time, which is not great, but that's all right. This is why I'm doing this video, to share with you something I've learnt lately. So it starts with I, then it starts with we, and then it starts with all. And this is something from Paul Chek, who's been passed down to lots of other different health coaches. So I, meaning you. Once you can sort yourself out and manage yourself, then you can help we, which is your closest immediate family, friends, and inner circle, whether that's clients or work friends. Then you'll help the world, because you're helping those people help other people. Now, as you know, in life, things get busy, you get tired, you get exhausted, you forget to look after yourself, you forget to manage your own kingdom, and then you're helping everyone else. And you're helping everyone else, and you're helping everyone else, and literally everyone takes a ticket from your hand, and then you've got no tickets left for yourself. Okay? And this is where managing your own kingdom becomes a chaos, or chaotic, and collapses. And this is when you hit rock bottom, and then which is not a bad thing, because it actually says, hey, listen up, start managing your kingdom again. You've got to rebuild it. So it's a good analogy to use, because so often in life we have so many ups and downs that we literally, we're trying to pinpoint why is this happening, why isn't, but at the end of the day, we're just not managing our kingdoms well. So it doesn't matter where you're at, whether you're literally at the complete bottom of your kingdom and you've got to rebuild, and that means, your life is in tatters, and you literally find it hard to even function during the day, or you're a full-time worker and, you're being stressed and tired all the time, okay? What matters is the relativity of your kingdom. So if you're completely at rock bottom, you might want to literally manage how you get up in the morning, when you grab a glass of water, when you go back to sleep, when you have a shower. Literally the basic necessities of living. And in order to go to the next level and rebuild, you need to do the necessities. Literally. Eat, sleep, move, repeat. And as you build your kingdom up, you can add more strings to your bow. And that might mean part-time working, socializing, relationships, communicating with other people. All those kind of things add on. And the bigger it gets, the more responsibility you have. And this is something that, as I'm 27 right now, as I get older, I'm starting to realize, like, oh man, like I've actually got to be responsible for a lot more things than I realized. And this is what they say, all these older adults, they say, oh man, stay young. It's easy to be young and naive and silly. It's not necessarily true. It's just that we haven't been taught to be responsible for our own kingdoms and restoring it and making sure that it's sound, and we're constantly looking at it in a good way and helping ourselves. Because again, if we're not good, then no one else around us is going to be good. Okay? So the first part is being conscious of the, hang on a second, I've got to take responsibility. The second thing is realizing that you do have a kingdom and you need to figure out what's in that kingdom, okay? And what's important to you, because sometimes we do things that aren't even important and they're in our kingdom and it's actually destroying us and destroying our kingdom. So ask yourself the question is, what don't I need anymore that's not serving me or my kingdom? This might mean getting rid of negative friends, stopping behaviours that aren't good for you, and this can come from things like addictions to food, drugs, alcohol, people, anything really, whatever food. People are addicted to food, so find the behaviours and the things that actually aren't necessarily important anymore for you. They might have served you for a while, but now they're not helping you. They're making you feel worse and making your kingdom worse. So figure out, what's going on with my kingdom? What do I need to cut out? Simplify. Then work from the highest priority things first. So literally, for me personally, it's my health, because if I'm not feeling good inside and out, then no one else around me is going to benefit from that either. And let's face it, health is wealth, and that is for everyone. So that has to be a massive priority in your life in order for everything else to work around it. Now the second thing will be, how do I get healthy? How do I build my health up? And this is where I've actually got a fantastic daily plan that we use for our online clients, thanks to one of them making it, Jason from Ireland, which is awesome. And I'll show you here. You can kind of see it says CFS Health, and it's got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way through, and then it's got a list of things that I've got here that is helping me manage my kingdom, so to speak. And it's things like things that are important for me that help me with my health. So for me personally, I'll read out a couple. Meditate in the mornings, and I have to tick them off every day to make sure I do them. And if I don't, look, it's not the end of the world. Of course, we're not perfect. We're not going to do it all the time, but having this list actually makes me more accountable and makes me do it. Because if I don't have a list and I don't have things to do and realize them, oh hey, that's actually important, then I just get lost. I become numb. I sit on the internet all day, watch videos, talk to people, waste time on social media, which could be better spent helping myself and helping me feel great. Okay, so for me, meditate, cold shower. Don't ask me why. I'm just doing that at the moment just to see the changes in my body and how that works for recovery, for muscle condition. Yoga / walk in the morning. I take my dog for a walk most mornings. For work, it's emails in the morning and afternoon, 1 hour each, no more than that, no less. Calls and coaching calls for my clients and online members. Catch up with one friend, that's an important value that I have at the moment. So I'm making one call a day, or I physically see someone in person and hang out with them, because for a long time I neglected that part of my life. And the full circle, relationships, career, health, finances, family, recreational, there's a wheel, and if they're not all in line and balanced, then the wheel becomes, kind of segmented, and it doesn't spin properly. And that's when our life becomes to fall off and the wheels start to fall off, literally. I've got no phone or emails after 7 p.m. Well, I haven't been great at that, but I'm getting better. Okay, being conscious of it is the first step. Meditate and then bed by 11 p.m. I'm such a rock star, like it's unbelievable right now. Going to bed at 11 every night. But for me, that's what I want to do. That's, I want to feel good. So of course I can go out and have late nights and all that kind of stuff, but for me, it doesn't serve me. Okay, I've done that in the past and it's been great, but now that's something that I want to get rid of out of my kingdom so I can put something back in. Okay. Other things like eating healthy and eating the right nutrition and doing the right movements and things like that. We can get a bit more specific. But this video is more for you to ask the question and provoke you and invite you to actually ask, are you managing your own kingdom? I before we. You before them. Especially in this day and age, we're very busy and caught up in futuristic stuff. So what am I going to do in an hour? What am I going to do tomorrow? I've got to help this person needs me, but you need yourself. Okay. And I can talk about something about filling voids, which is really something interesting as well, where we're usually running away from something, or we're usually filling a void that was missing in our lives, but that's for a different day. So today, manage your own kingdom. It's not an overnight thing. It takes years and years of practice, and it's a forever thing. It's a life thing. We're here every single day, right? So why wouldn't it be a daily practice that we need to, inhabit into our life? It's a habitual thing. So hope that helps. Get a list. If you're in my online program, then you've got this already. Obviously, it's in the module 1, along with all the videos. But you can just make one yourself if you want to, and it will help you get conscious of what's important in your life. Okay, it's time for me to go and meditate. Hope that helps. If you want any more help with your CFS, specifically, you can go to www.cfshealth.com, sign up to my free daily emails, which will give you, a bit of a boost on a daily level to help you live a better, more fulfilled life. Sending love and peace wherever you are in the world. We've got 28 countries at the moment in our program, which is unbelievable. Who knows, we might make it 30 soon. Take care.